alaikum. Accept my salam from the core of my heart, hoping to all of you will be in the best mood. Today I want to present the fresh class which is about physics. In physics I want to present the first chapter in fresh mode and the basic thing of physics. First of all we have a topic that is about electrostatic. So I want to say about some points of electrostatic that mean the first chapter of physics. First of all, I want to present electrostatic. Electro are made of 2 points. Mean one is electro, second one is static. So two things we have. One is electro, second one is static. So we can define differently electro also and differently static also. So we can define like electro means charge. We know charge. Charge is a kind of energy that if somebody have a charge, so he can move from one place to other place. Static means rest. If a person is sleeping, so he will be in the mode of rest. First of all, I have to define, and we can give the definition to electrostatic, the branch of physics in which we study about charge which is at rest is called electrostatic. The branch of physics. I have a physics and a branch of physics in which we study about electrostatic that will be at the rest. Which thing will be the rest? The charge will be the rest. If something is a charge, if we don't want to go or to move from one place to another place, so then it is called electrostatic. In electrostatic we have defined two things. One is rest, second one is charge. So we can define charge also and rest also. Rest we can define like this. If a body does not change its position, if a body does not go from his place with due respect to its surrounding, when a person can change, if a person does not want to change his place and go from one place or move from one place to another place, then it's called rest. And charge we can define according to two properties. Which properties? The first one is property and the second one quantity. Those things we can define according to charges. The charge we can define the intrinsic and fundamental. What? The intrinsic and fundamental. What is intrinsic and what is fundamental? I will also explain after the giving definition to charge. I can define intrinsic and fundamental. First of all, we have to define the charge. The intrinsic and fundamental property of a body due to which it attracts. I will give the example of plus and negative charge. Plus and negative charge attract to each other. They both attract to each other. So positive and negative charge attract toward themselves. If one is negative charge and the second one is positive charge, so different charges attract toward each other. If same charges, they can repel to each other. So there are different charges which attract or repel a body is called charge. So it was the definition of charge. The intrinsic and fundamental property of a body due to which it attracts or repel a body is called charge. So I say I will define intrinsic property and fundamental property. Which property? First of all, intrinsic. What is intrinsic property? Intrinsic property I can define like this. Those property whose origin. For example, I have one who. Its origin, I don't know about this origin. I don't know about this origin, so it's called intrinsic who. This can define like intrinsic thing that I have no information. I have no information about that thing is called intrinsic property. So in physics, the physics want to define like this. Those property whose origin is unknown are called intrinsic property. एक चीज, the one things we have know about this is on proton is charge. I have know about that proton is a charge. So we have know about the origin of proton, which charge are present on proton. We have know about formation that if there is plus or negative charge on a proton. So it's called intrinsic property. Into second thing I can define like quantities. One I have defined the charge property. The second one is charge quantity. Charge quantity we have of two types. One is basic quantity and one is derived. What is basic quantity and what is derived quantity? Basic quantities are those which are we using in our daily life, like time, like speed, like distance, like intensity applied, like temperature that we are using in our daily life is called basic property. Derived property, the combination of two base quantity, combination of टू बेस क्वांटिटी, दो बेस क्वांटिटी की कॉम्बिनेशन को हम क्या बोलते हैं, डिराइव्ड क्वांटिटी. So we are coming to fundamental. The one is intrinsic, whose origin is unknown, is called intrinsic property. The second one is fundamental property. Those properties which possess mean to show something, to show some particle, to show some matter things. This is called possess. Fundamental property, the property which possess all matters, called fundamental properties. Means, you know, understand by my talk, those property which possess, which show, which denote, which be may show in all matters, which can show the all matters, are called fundamental property. So we have read about all these things, the first chapter of physics, that is about electrostatic. So coming, we can define, first of all we have to know, after ending this topic, I will know, give the formula of charge. Charge can we denote by Q. The charge we can denote by Q. Q is equal to charge. Mean, the formula of charge I can define like Q is equal to capital Q we can also write, and small q we can also write. Q is equal to I mean intensity applied, like ampere, the base unit of electricity, and time. Q is equal to I into T. So it is the formula of charge. Second, we can also know the units of charge and its more formation. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.